I'm Blaine Carter, and together we're going to be exploring the what, why, and how of open source technologies. This is a quick video to demonstrate how to open ports for an Oracle Cloud Compute instance. You can see right here that I've already created an Oracle Compute instance to run my Dynodate application. You can see over here the public IP address for that instance, and if we attempt to SSH into that instance, you'll see that it just hangs for a while and eventually that will error out. So we need to open up the port so we can SSH in. So let's jump over to our network settings, and we can minimize this IP network and expand the shared network, and we will click on security lists. Now this video is just going to be a very high level overview on how to open up a couple ports and get you started. If you really want to dig into the details on how all this works, you can click on the question mark and click on managing security lists here. This will get you over to the documentation where you can learn all kinds of cool things. So back over to our lists. You can see the default list that is pre-created for us and associated with the Dynodate compute instance that I already created. Right now there are no security rules assigned to it, and you can see that the inbound policy is set to deny everything. So rather than changing the policy to allow everything, we want to be a little more specific than that. So we're going to go ahead and add a new security rule. So we will click on security rules, and we will click on create security rule. We will give it a name. I'm just going to call this SSH access. Make sure that it's enabled. Rather than accepting all of the security applications, we're just going to scroll down until we find SSH. We're going to make sure that this is available from the public internet, and we're going to leave the security list set to the default list that we were looking at before, and so we'll just hit create. And you can see there we've created the new rule. If we switch back over to the security list, you can see that the new rule has been assigned to our default list. And if we try SSH again, you can see that it's getting something, and this is the first time we've connected to that compute instance, so we'll say yes, and it will connect up. There we go. So now we are connected to our brand new shiny Oracle Compute instance, and there's our home directory. Now I do plan to use this Oracle Compute instance to host my Dynodate application, so that means I will need to open up port 3000 for Node and port 8088 for Python, and those applications are not predefined, so we will need to go in and define the security applications. So we'll click on security applications, and in here you can see the list of predefined applications that come with the system, and of course the ones that I want to make are not already there. So we will click on create security application. We'll give it a name. I'm going to call this one DD Node JS. We'll leave it as TCP. This will be port 3000. It's just a single port, so we don't need an end. Probably should put a description, but I will hit create, and that creates our new DD Node.js application. Let's create another one for DD Python, and this one will be port 8088. We hit create, and you can see there now we have our Node and our Python application. Now we need to create rules for our new applications, so we click on security rules, and we're going to follow the same process that we did when we added the SSH access rule. So we'll click create new security rule. We'll give it a name. I'll call this one DD Node Access, and we'll make sure it's enabled. We'll pick our DD Node application out of the list, set it for public internet, leave the rest as they are, hit create. Then we will create one for DD Python access, enabled, pick the Python application, set it for public internet, and leave the rest as it is, and hit create. Now with that, we can jump back over to our security list, and we can see here that we have our SSH access, our DD node and DD Python access security rules attached to our Dynodate instance. Now, since this is a brand new compute instance, I have not installed Dynodate yet, so we can't really use Dynodate to test the ports. But if you check out a post that you'll find on learncodeshare.net that walks you through how to install Dynodate on an Oracle Compute instance, at the end of that post we can test the access. And so that's just a quick run through on how to open up some ports on an Oracle Cloud Compute instance. I hope you found this video useful. If so, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. And thank you for spending your time with me.